All right. Oh, not yet. Oh, sorry. False alarm. Let's try that again. All right. I'm going to call this meeting to order. At this time, could everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. All right, we're here for a special board meeting to interview candidates for the open seat in Marysville. So thank you to Mr. Smith and Mr. Lynham for being here. Just a quick overview of the interview process. Obviously, we're here to fill a vacant seat I mentioned in Region 1, which is Marysville Borough and Rye Township, which you guys are both residents of, one or the other. And that term that we'll fill now will then be on the ballot in November of 2025. So if one of you were to be appointed to that seat here tonight or at some time in the future, re-election would occur November 2025. Okay. Basically, the process is we have some questions here that we will go through. I'll just ask each one of both of you, and you'll be given an opportunity to then respond. We'll take some notes and do our best to get to know you through this process. And just keep in mind, you're not really debating each other. It's not like that. You're just responding to us to this question for yourself, not in any way against the other person. Any questions? No? Okay. I believe hopefully the mics you have there will work so we can hear better. All right. You ready? All right. So I'll start with the first question. What do we have here? We'll go with Mr. Lynham first. And then if you need me to ask the question again after he responds, just let me know. We would like to know, why have you applied to serve as a member of the Susquenita School Board?
I applied. Is that correct? If you have my resume, I was with the Pennsylvania State Police for 27 years. In our oath of office, we couldn't have any positions that are elected or public or official. I've always had an interest in being part of a school district and making decisions on behalf of the district, and also on the flip side as a resident of the district, and just being part of the process to make very good decisions that will impact students for a long time.
Thank you. Do you just hold it up a little closer?
Yeah, I know it's awkward, but
This is very nervous.
No. We're good. We're good.
No,
Can I get a do-over in that? Surely. I have to start by saying that there's only a handful of people that knew that I was going to apply for this, and several of them said that I must have lost my mind or something at this point, and I assured them that's not the case. My faculties are still with me. So that said, reasons for wanting to get back on the school board include, first and not least, the fact that I do have a grandson who's in the system right now. He just finished up with first grade. We'll be moving on to second grade. When I retired 3 years ago,
I wasn't quite sure where things would lead me, but it seems pretty secure now that we're going to be here. My grandson will probably follow up through the grades and hopefully graduate here from Susquenita. We don't plan on moving anywhere. Secondly, this is a Board of Education, and I think that my experience in education speaks for itself. But for those who may not be familiar with me, I have been an elementary school teacher. I've been a special education teacher. I've been an elementary principal. I've served as a middle school principal substitute on occasion, high school principal on occasion, a curriculum director, a special ed supervisor, and last but not least, superintendent here with the Susquenita district. So experience, knowledge of the district, and wanting to do what's best for kids. And that's really my last statement as to why I've always focused on wanting to do what's best for kids, and I maintain that focus now and in the future if I'm given a seat on the board.
Thank you both. We will go to Mr. Smith first for this one. What has been your personal involvement with education in our community? It's kind of redundant, but
Do I need to repeat that?
you probably don't. If there's any additional expansion you want to provide, you can, but I think we all know you did cover that in the first answer.
Thank you.
I'll ask it again because I did ask pretty quickly. What has been your personal involvement with education in our community?
In this school district, unfortunately, none, sir. Through athletics is how I've met a lot of parents, but I'm not a part of any educational program here currently.
All right, we'll go to you first on this one. What do you feel are the top 3 challenges facing our schools today?
I would say the first and foremost is obviously what you have to work with in terms of a budget. And unfortunately, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul, but you want to meet the demands of parents, but also want to provide the best that we can for all our students, elementary through being a senior at the high school. The last thing I would say is being a board member is difficult. Parents that sometimes can be very vocal. They may not see the entire picture, but as long as you're rooted with common sense and being financially responsible in your decisions, you won't be able to please all, but you're doing the right thing for the right reason.
Thank you. You want me to ask it again, or you got it?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
I would say the top 3 for me would be meeting the needs, the diverse needs of the students these days. You know, we have college credits being offered in the high school, the curriculum always needing to be looked at carefully and updated. It's just a changing world, and meeting the students' needs has to be a top challenge, in my opinion. Secondly, obviously, as was stated, the budget is an important piece to all of that. And then thirdly, would be maintaining staff. I know that that's many staff positions, not only here, but in other districts have turned into a revolving door. And so we need to do something better to attract and keep our educators.
Thank you very much. All right, next up to Mr. Smith first. Do you have any conflicts of interest that might be viewed as limiting your objectivity as a board member?
Should I be selected to the board, I would come in with an open mind and an open slate, no conflicts of interest.
Thank you.
There will be no conflicts, sir. Hopefully with my resume, if everybody's had an opportunity to review it, I've been with the Pennsylvania State Police my entire career. I currently work now with the Cumberland Valley School District. I think with that brings a lot of professionalism and also a lot of patience with dealing with the public. There will be no conflicts if I've been appointed to this board.
All right, back to you. What do you feel that your role as a board member should be?
I think the most important role that I would perceive is making the best decisions based on the information for the betterment of the school district, and looking at things through sometimes a different lens. But at the end of the day, be proud of your decisions and stand by them.
So before I forget, James, thank you for your service.
Sir.
So the role of a board member?
That's correct,
Sure,
yes.
Okay. Well, I think one is to support our administrative team and staff. I understand full well the difference between the responsibilities of a board and a superintendent, and trying to maintain those in a proper order is certainly important. To sit, listen, learn, dialogue, agree when we can agree, to disagree openly, without resentment when need be, all of those kind of things, but ultimately it's to make the decisions that require a board vote when it's all over for the district.
All right, and we'll go to you first on this one. What, if any, questions do you have for us as a board?
At this point, I really don't. I 8 years I've sat on this board as a non-voting member. I think I pretty much have a solid grasp of the district and, so I don't at this point in time.
Okay.
Unless you care to ask what you might be looking for in another board member, but I don't want to put you on the spot for that.
Well, I think that was the purpose of the first 5 questions, actually, so I believe we covered that, unless anyone else. We will have an opportunity in case there is something else then, but any questions you have for us?
None that I can think of, sir.
None right now. Okay, perfect, thank you. Did we want to see if anyone else had any off-the-cuff questions? Keep in mind, you just allow response for both candidates, if there's anything. All right, does not appear to be any. At this time, it would take a motion and a second to move on either candidate if there was somebody that a board member, existing board member was interested in putting forth for a vote. We would need to do that, or we could table to a later time if that is what's desired as well.
That might not be a bad idea.
I'm sorry?
I said that may not be a bad idea. Obviously, take a vote on who wants to table.
If we table to another time, don't we have to have another meeting then to vote?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, and just for clarification, there could be no discussion between now and that meeting because all the discussion has to take place in an open setting.
I'd like to make a motion that we would appoint Jim Lynham as our school board member. Is there a second?
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second to appoint Mr. Lynham to the open seat for Region 1. At this time, Dee, I would ask that you take a roll call vote with the board members in attendance.
Mrs. Singley,
Yes.
Mrs. Raven,
Yes.
Mr. Lehman,
Yes.
Miss Bailey Reed,
Yes.
Dr. Cattell,
Yes.
Dr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. So at this time, Mr. Lynham, you are now the school director for Region 1, one of the couple. And we Well, I'm sorry, yes, we will have oath administered, and then you will be officially, and we will ask you to stick around to attend the caucus meeting afterwards. And we will speak as well and bring you up to speed a little bit and
Thank you
help get
very
you
much,
acquainted, yes.
everybody.
Yes.
Do we have an executive session?
There's not one, no, officially scheduled, but yeah, so, Mr. Smith, thank you for your time and willingness to serve. I appreciate it. We good? Okay. We want to do that on camera here?
Absolutely.
Might as well.
Congratulations.
So thank you, Mrs. Black, for coming. And Mrs. Black is a notary, and she'll be administering the oath of office to you and be able to discharge the powers as a newly elected or newly appointed school board of directors member. So welcome after the oath.
Seven. You can go back and eat.
There's Stromboli over there for you to eat.
Yeah, there's lots of stromboli and salad.
You're welcome.
You can go down and walk the track and come back and eat some more. And
It just seems weird that we have a whole hour.
We weren't sure how long this would take.
Good job.
Let's go back in and eat.
right, we don't know how he would be if he was.
Jonathan, adjourn the meeting.
Oh, I thought we were doing that on, no? Well,
But I just wanted to make sure everyone
oh,
still watched.
oh, it's done.
He has to have the oath, right? We done?
See, that's what's won you over.
Did he, John, did he get the oath and signature and all that stuff?
So now we have to adjourn.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry you had me so nervous.
What did I do?
Well, just ask these questions. I had no idea what they were going to do.
Just wait, it gets worse.
Don't call him sir.
Oh, yeah, you better watch that. Yep. I'll let him run the table here.
Welcome. Yeah, you as well.
All right. At this time, I am going to make a motion for adjournment, and we will just be hanging out and then reconvene for caucus at 7. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Anyone opposed? None? Hearing motion.